Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 551st Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. Okay, just to say, this is a very unique battle for our channel, as this is a 3v4 battle. Now, just to explain that, both teams get 90,000 each. I'm in Team 1, so the three of us have got 90,000, so we've got 30k each. The other team, with 4 members in, have still got to split that 90,000 between them, so they only get 22,500 each to make their armies, but they get a whole extra army. So this is the thing, so will the quality of our 3 armies with 30k each beat the quantity of 4 armies with 22,500 each to build their armies? So I think it's quantity versus quality. This battle was fought on the Germanic Forest map, as we've seen in lots of other battles there, where you've got the big open plains to fight in if you want, or if you want to fight in the woods for those nasty ambushes. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member BARBARIan, who has bought the Lombardi faction. Now, I'd just like to draw your attention here to his army build. If you notice here, you'll see that he's got the Spear Warband. Now, if you notice here, he's put 8 upgrades on this. That's 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Now, these guys are anti-cavalry, plus they get a winter bonus as well. Now, their morale's not very good, though. Okay, so even though he's put really good upgrades on them, okay, they are anti-cavalry, but if they get hit too hard, they have got a tendency to mass rout. So it'd be interesting to see how well they do during the course of the battle, but I would like to draw your attention to, he has bought those units. Most of his army are spearmen. He's also got the effective against armor chosen axemen as well. They do what it says on the tin. They're very effective against armor and can chop up heavily armored troops like Roman troops. And he's gone for the long distance archers here, the Lombardi. Okay, they've got no armor, but they have got a long range, so they can do a lot of damage. And his cavalry, I believe, are the Barbarian noble cavalry. These guys are really tough cavalry. Got a good charge there. So there you go. That's a Lombardi faction there. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Clash. Now, Clash has bought the Roman Eastern Empire rebels, and if you notice there, he's got the comitatenses, the big 122-man units there. He's got, I think, 6 of those, including his general. But also, I'd like to draw your attention to the other units he's bought in his army. As I say, these guys throw 3 pilers each, his comitatenses. They've got a good long range as well. And they're good, solid, well-armoured infantry. But here you can see that he's got the Legio Lanciarii. He's got 5 of those. Now, these are also anti-cavalry units, okay? They're not so good at fighting infantry, but they've got an anti-cavalry bonus. And as you can see, any unit that carries spears in Barbarian Invasion has got an anti-cavalry bonus. Now, just like to draw your attention here, and this is very relevant to the battle. So we've seen that BARBARIan has bought lots of spear units, okay, anti-cavalry spear units, as has Clash bought a lot of anti-cavalry units there. And as I say, when you see the other team, you'll see why they've bought so many anti-cavalry units. Okay, also he's got the Clibanarii. There you go, that's Equiti Clibanarii with their rolling pins, just in case they want to make a cake or something. No, that's their effective against armor maces there, which are very effective. And those cavalry are solid cavalry. You can keep them fighting infantry. You don't have to pull them out of a melee. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who's also got the Roman Empire rebel, Eastern Roman Empire rebels there. Okay, now my army here, I've got mostly comitatenses, the 122-man units, and you can see they're eagle units. So there's a lot of morale going on in my army. Okay, also I've got the Plumbartarii. Remember, these guys throw those metal tipped darts, at least 20 each, and they've got a heck of a range as well. So they've got a lot of firepower, plus they've got long range with that firepower as well, very effective. But also you'll see that I've also got Legio Lanciarii anti-cavalry units in my army as well. Okay, so there's our 3 armies there. Remember, we got 30k each. This should be a great battle for you to watch. And here is the other team. We have brother member Aurelius, who has bought the Burgundi faction. And if you notice here, he's got effective against armor axemen. As we said before, these guys do what it says on the tin. They chop up armored troops. And here also you've got the Night Raiders. Now these Night Raiders are effective against armor, but also they bring a big fear factor. Now remember, in Barbarian Invasion, morale is very, very important. So if you can bring us a unit that sucks morale away from enemy troops, and that's a good tactical move there. Okay, so he's got his Night Raiders effective against armor axemen, and he's got these Lombardi Berserkers. Now in Rome Total War we allow 3 Berserkers max, but in Barbarian Invasion we only allow 2, because the Berserkers on Barbarian Invasion are incredibly effective and tough, and they bring a massive anti-morale thing as well, bonus. So, and their next teammate is brother member First Prime, who has bought the Alemanni faction, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, he's bought mostly effective against armor chosen axemen. Okay, now remember, these guys are really tough, and they really do what it says on the tin. They do chop up heavily armored troops like Roman troops, and of course he's got 2 Berserkers as well. Okay, as I say, in Barbarian Invasion, these Berserkers, because of the morale they take away from enemy troops, are incredibly tough. That's why we only allow 2 instead of 3. Okay, their third teammate is a Brotherhood member Demon, who has bought the Roman Eastern Empire faction. Okay, now he has got at this front there, he's got cheap troops there as pilot shield units, and then he goes back to his Plumbarteri. Remember, those are guys that throw those metal tipped darts where they throw at least 20 each. Remember, these guys have only got 22,500 each for their armies, but they do get a complete extra army there. So that's 3. Now their fourth teammate, if we can find him in the woods there, and there he is Brotherhood member Man 2, who has bought the Berbers. Now the Berbers are the weakest faction in Barbarian Invasion, and the only rules that the Berbers have got on Barbarian Invasion is 2 horse archers max. Apart from 2 horse archers max, the Berbers can bring whatever they want. Okay, and as you can see, that most of the Berber army are hiding in the woods, but we'll have a quick look at their army a bit later on as the battle unfolds. So there's us 3 against 4 armies here. Who do you think is going to prevail? Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle here, as you can see, our team has just formed up, the 3 of us. So remember, we've got 30k each for our armies. Okay, and you can see there the 4 enemy armies moving towards us here. And it'll be interesting to see who they're going to target. I got a feeling they're going to target Barclayman here, as I can see their armies tending to move to our right. Okay, there's my battle formation there. It'll be interesting to see how well it does during the course of the battle, and I've positioned my army at the back there so they can support either of my allies when they're attacked. You'll see that the Berbers have got their horse archers over here shooting at my armoured cavalry, but the Equitai Clibinari cavalry are so well armoured they'll suffer absolutely minimum damage to horse archers there. Okay, so as you see, I've put my cavalry out there to soak up the arrows. Okay, so here's the army I want to show you, the Berber army. Okay, remember, the only rules that the Berbers have got is just 2 horse archers max. So Man 2 has bought 18 cavalry units. 18 cavalry units. Now, they're only light lancers, okay, but they've got an 8 cavalry charge bonus. And remember, the charge bonus is the impact and penetration of when a unit hits another unit. Okay, so most cavalry units in this game have only got a 6 charge bonus. These guys have got an 8 charge bonus, which is quite a big charge bonus there. So as I say, he's got 18 cavalry units. So now you can see why my allies have bought a lot of anti-cavalry spearmen. Okay, so Man 2's army is 2 horse archers and 18 cavalry with a big 8 charge bonus. Now you can see First Prime, Demon and Aurelius here moving forward, and as I say, I think they're probably going to target Barclayman there. As I say, you can see the Berbers moving over to this flank, and that's what I think. Now you can see here, can you see that Barclayman's got his anti-cavalry spearmen set there to receive a cavalry attack. As I say, he's got a lot of upgrades on those spearmen, but unfortunately their morale is so low that if they start getting hit hard by lots of units, they have got a tendency to mass rout. Okay, and as I say, if they all attack Barclay Man there, including that mass cavalry of the Berbers, that could be real problems for us there. Okay, you can still see the horse archers targeting my cavalry, but as I say, I'm not really bothered about that because those Equitai Clibanarii are so tough, they suffer absolute minimum casualties from horse archers. Okay, so as I say, you can see here Man 2 taking his 18 cavalry units. Don't forget, with that 8 charge bonus. As I say, most of the cavalry units in Barbarian Invasion have only got a 6 charge bonus. These guys have got an 8, and there are 18 of them. And as I say, they're moving over to the right flank here. So this is where I think the hammer blow will fall the hardest, on this right flank here against Barclay Man. Okay. As I say, those they might only be light lancers, those Berbers, but as I say, they got a massive 8 charge bonus, and remember that is the impact and penetration that they bring. Remember, the enemy team, because they've got 4 armies, have only got 22,500 denarii each, but they get a whole extra army. So will quantity, our 3 armies with 30k each, will quantity beat, will quality of our 3 armies beat the quantity of the enemy's 4 armies here? What do you think? This is a real quality against quantity battle here. Now, if you notice here, can you see that Barclay Man has realigning his battle formation here? Obviously taking his anti-cavalry spearmen. Pause the game for a second. Taking his anti-cavalry spearmen out over here to face that massive Berber cavalry attack. Okay, now as I say, you've got good upgrades on these spear units, but as I say, their morale is so low, if they start getting hit too hard, they have got a tendency to mass rout. Plus, if you look here, can you see the trajectory of the enemy team? That they look to me like they're all heading towards Barclay Man here. So this, as I say, is where the hammer blow will fall the hardest, I feel, on this right flank. This is where they're going to smash in the hardest here and try and take out Barclay Man before they move on to Clash and myself. But look at that massive load of 18 cavalry out to his flank. Right, you can see the enemy troops now are definitely moving towards Barclay Man. Okay, so this, as I say, this is where I think the battle's going to really kick off here. You got all of the Aurelius's first primes there heading towards them, and all those cavalry in wedge formation for penetration. Plus, don't forget, they've got that 8 charge bonus. Penetration and impact here could be massive on this right flank. And as I say here, you can see Barclay Man has changed his battle formation there to put his spearmen there. You can see that Clash has brought his anti-cavalry spearmen over as well, but by looking at the combination of infantry and cavalry, it's going to smash in here. This is going to be one massive hit here on our right flank. I can see Aurelius is bringing his cavalry out on that right flank as well. Now his cavalry are Burgundian Lancers. They've got a 10 charge bonus. Okay, see the Burgundian Lancers there joining the Berbers. Let's just pause the game for a second here. So let's say you can see the infantry charging. Now if you notice here, Aurelius is really charging in to Barclay Man's forward units here. And also you can see that First Prime has already activated his berserkers. Okay, so make no mistake, they will be sapping morale away from our troops right from the beginning of the battle here. Okay, and he looks like he's either heading towards Rome with Demon's army there, or he's going to hit Barclay Man on this right flank here. And all that cavalry there, look, just locked and loaded, waiting for the trigger to be pulled. As I say, the Burgundian Lancers with their 10 charge bonuses join the Berbers. Okay, you can start straight away see several of Barclay Man units are starting to rout under the impact of the infantry, and here comes that cavalry. Now if you notice here, I'm moving my infantry over to this flank here to try and help him, but here comes that cavalry. Here comes those 18 units of Berber cavalry plus those Lancers coming in there. Get ready for this, and bang, as they smash in there. Look at the impact there. And as I say, look at those anti-cavalry spear units there. They have now mass routed. That is one massive cavalry hit there that's just gone in there. Those Burgundian Lancers with their 10 charge bonus plus the Berbers with their 8 charge bonus have smashed all that cavalry, all that charge bonus into Barclay Man's infantry there. And look how they've mass routed. Plus you've got all the enemy infantry pushing in on his front as well. That is some kind of mass rout. You can see that Clash is anti-cavalry spearmen. He's taken over there. They've routed as well. and that is one heck of a massive charge there into our flank. And as I say, first prime's berserkers there will be sapping morale from our troops anyway straight away, plus the impact. I'm now charging my cavalry in there to try and neutralise some of that massive cavalry impact that Barclayman has just taken there. And bang, as my cavalry smashes in there to try and neutralise that massive cavalry. I see that Clash is bringing his cavalry across as well, but he's been intercepted by the enemy cavalry there, smashed into his flank. That's good news for us. We've taken out the Berber general. Very, very pleased about that. But as you can see here, can you see a lot of our troops are starting to mass rout here? Okay, that you can see here, a lot of Clash is cavalry and spearmen here have been routed. I believe a couple of my cavalry units have routed as well here. You can see a lot of our troops now are starting to mass rout. So the quantity here of the enemy attack is absolutely kind of swamped the quality of our troops here. You can see, look at all our troops starting to mass rout here. That massive cavalry attack. Now you've got the enemy infantry and cavalry pushing into the front of our Roman armies as well. There, look at the impact of that cavalry charging in there. A lot of our allies' units are starting to rout here. You can see here that there's two more berserker units here. Now you can see that Barclayman has activated his berserkers, or allies activated his berserkers here against the enemy troops. Plus you've got Clash's infantry here on our left flank trying to hold against that massive attack there by Demon's Roman army there. So as I say, I've got a feeling it's going to be a very compact battle here. And as I say, you can see our right flank here looks like it's pretty well broken. As I say, I've got my Equite Clibanarii cavalry in there fighting with their effective against armour maces against those Berber cavalry and those Burgundian lancers. You can see there's berserkers in there as well. I think First Prime's berserkers are in there fighting as well. Remember, berserkers in this game are very powerful, not just their attacking specifications but the morale that they take away from enemy troops. And here you can see one of my cavalry units has rallied, and I'm going to charge that back into the fray here. As you can see, going to charge back in against those Berbers, and bang, as I smash in there into those Berbers there. So my cavalry now are fighting all those cavalry there on that right flank. Okay, now bad news for us. Clash's troops have just routed here on our left flank. So our left flank has now been broken, and the enemy will look to roll us up maybe from left to right or from right to left. They've got an option there. Just like to draw your attention here, can you see that Demons bought a religious unit? Remember, morale is so important in Barbarian Invasion. Bringing a religious unit is very important because it keeps your troops fighting longer. It gives them that extra morale bonus. And as I say, you can see our left flank is broken now, and all those enemy troops are going to charge into the flank of my army. The forward units of my army are fighting berserkers and those effective against armour axemen that really do like chopping up Roman heavily armoured troops there. Okay, so my formation there is in the centre, could be attacked on from either side. As I say, the Berbers are still closing in on us there, and you can see here that Demon's cavalry there, he's got Equite Clibanarii I think as well, or he might have the Cataphractii, and he's charging in there as well there. Yeah, he's got the Equite Clibanarii, he's charging in there as well. And as I say, here on our left flank you can see the enemy starting to charge in on my formation. And as I say, those berserkers and those effective against armour axemen are really chopping up the forward units of my battle formation. Plus we're being hit by fire arrows from enemy troops as well. So things, as you can see here, things not looking very good for our troops. Okay, and we've managed to rout most of the Berbers on our right flank here. You can see some enemy cavalry charging in here into my cavalry there. You can see there's a real scrap there between the enemy cavalry and my cavalry there. Both of us be using our effective against armour maces there. And now the enemy decided to charge into the rear of my engaged troops. Or I suppose again for a second here. So remember, those green Roman cavalry are mine and those purple cavalry are Demons there. But as you can see here, that's my army there, the green there. You can see the Roman green army. I've been attacked by Alemanni effective against armour axemen. You can see Demon's Roman army there charging into my flank. I've turned units to face the threat coming in on my flank there. And as I say, you can see really pushing in there, both the axemen and the enemy Roman army there. Plus I got Roman cavalry charging there. Now Barclayman has got some cavalry units in behind the enemy army there. Now if he can charge those in, he may cause a lot of casualties there. You can see his cavalry charge in there, and bang, as he smashes in there. But he was caught by those berserkers. Those 2 enemy berserker units did catch his cavalry, and make no mistake, they would have caused him a lot of casualties there. So there's a general situation as you can see at the moment. Remember, the green you can see are my troops, and maybe some rallied troops of clashes there.
Now we will see if his men can hold.
Right, let's just pause the game for a second here. Okay, so you can see here that the berserkers here, Aurelius's berserkers. So at the moment my army is facing 4 enemy berserkers, 2 of Aurelius's here and 2 of First Prime's. Okay, so there's 4 berserker units here attacking my army, sapping the morale away from my troops, let alone their massive attack specifications. You can see Barclayman's general's been routed there, and his cavalry units that he used to attack the rear of the enemy have all been routed as well. You already can see Clash bringing a couple of his rallied units back into the fray here against the enemy purple Roman army there of demons. And I faced units there to face that attack coming in on my flank. Okay, so what do you think here? Do you think quality is going to beat quantity, or do you think quantity is going to beat quality here? What do you think, looking at this battle at the moment? Let's say we got enemy archer fire coming in on us all the time. And as I say, those berserkers and those effective against armor axemen are really doing some damage to my troops, let alone all this enemy Roman troops of demons coming in here on my flank. So I can't believe that my units are still managing to hold. Okay, so if you notice here, I've got my battle damaged Equite Clibanarii cavalry, and I'm going to charge them in. They're battle damaged there, but I'm hoping they can still be effective. I'm going to charge them into the enemy demons Roman troops there, and you can see they're going in there, going to go through my troops. Get ready for this, and bang, as they smash in to demons troops there. That was a nice hit there by the cavalry. I was hoping to rout more of the units there, hoping to rout a lot more of the enemy purple Rome units there of demons, but unfortunately I haven't managed to do that. Haven't routed as many as I wanted. I was hoping to even maybe start a mass rout there with that cavalry hit, but I guess I just didn't have the numbers in my cavalry. They're so battle damaged there. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second here. So as I say, you can see here demons Roman army pushing in. You can see First Prime's Alemanni units pressing in there, plus those berserker units are still activated. Look at all those enemy troops still pushing in on us here. I see Clash, some of his units have rallied, and he's brought them back into the fray here. As you can see, those are rallied units he's bringing back into the fray, but I think those berserkers and those effective against armor axemen are really going to tell here. All my units will be extremely battle depleted and tired as well, and of course their morale are going to be sapped from those berserkers there as well. So we're trying to do the best we can. Oh, that's good news. We've just routed Demon's General, so that's good news for us. We've taken the morale bonus away from his troops there by taking out his general, so pleased with that. But just look at the number of enemy troops, and that's my general's just been routed there, and my army is infantry have just routed there. I've got a few battle damaged cavalry units. I'm going to charge back in there, and bang, as I charge back into demons infantry there, trying to kill as many of them as I can. But as you can see, the battle's over now, so really well done to the other team. You can see my units now are routing. As I say, we've been shot by fire arrows and that massive cavalry charge on our right. As you can see, it's a very compact battlefield here. Very unusual to have such a compact battlefield. Here you can see where the Berbers smashed in to Barclayman's infantry there on our right flank. What a massive cavalry attack that was. You don't see that very often. And you can see here how compact the battlefield is. Look, you can see mostly, it looks like mostly cavalry damage there, doesn't it? Dead there. But as you can see, if you look closely there, you can see it is mostly infantry there in some patches as well. So, as I say, a very compact battlefield there for this very unusual 3v4 battle there. So, as I say, well done to the other team. So, as you could see there, quantity beat quality. Remember, all our three teammates had 30k each, and these guys only had 22,500 each, but of course they had a whole extra army. You can see Barclayman here still got some of his Lombardi long range archers there, still trying to use them there, but to my guess is he probably will admit defeat now.
Army is running from the field.
As I say, at this stage of the battle, best to just admit defeat. Let's get back into the lobby and get another battle going there. And that's what he's just done there.
Our enemies have won this
So
battle.
once again, really well done to the other
That is not
team.
the same as winning a
Quantity beat quality in this battle. So as I say, well done to the other team there. Okay, first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in this game. As I say, it's the first time we've ever put a 3v4 on our YouTube channel. As you can see, it was an average defeat here for the quality team with 30k each. Okay, and the highest kills, lucky enough, I managed to scrape in the highest kills in my army, 1,702. I guess that's not bad kills for a 3v4, so quite pleased with that. But like I say, there's, say, 3v4, 30k each for us, and 22,500 each for them, but they get an extra whole army. So that's why it's a quantity against a quality battle there, and as you can see, the quantity won. So well done to brother member Aurelius, got some good kills there with his barbarian faction. Well done to him. Well done to First Prime, 1,325 good kills there with the Alemanni. His Berserkers and Axemen did well. Well done to Demon, probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but he did break our left flank. And well done to Man too. Believe me, that's a high kill count for Berbers. As I say, they are the weakest faction in the game. So really well played, guys. Great display of quantity over quality. As I say, very pleased with my kills there. Well done to Brotherhood member Clash, probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but he was supporting all over the battlefield, so well done to him. And well done to Barclay Man there, after he got smashed on that right flank. I think that's really good kills, 1,133 for him, as I say, as he was hit so hard on that right flank. Just have a look at the battle statistics minor at the top. You can see my combat intentions didn't do very good. My Spearman didn't do very good, but my Equite Clibanarii did quite good. One unit got 249 kills, one got 230, so the Clibanarii did quite well. And the Plumbartari got some reasonable kills as well, so that's not too bad. And there's Clash, his kills there as well. His Comitatensis did quite good there, got some good kills there with them. And his Clibanarii did quite well. His Spearman didn't do that good though, so that's the statistics there. So as I say, it's the first time we've ever put a 3v4 battle on our YouTube channel, and it was definitely quantity versus quality here, and I hope you enjoyed this battle. Okay, look forward to seeing you soon, and bye for now.